the dance of the seasons in the forest. In the depths of the forest, on top of a great oak tree, lived Wise Owl, who was awake as usual in the dark of the night. His wisdom was known and respected by all the animals in the forest. That night, he sensed the change in the seasons and watched the approaching transformation of nature. When his eyes turned toward the starry sky, a cold breeze blew. This was the sign of the arrival of autumn. The next morning, Wise Owl gathered all the animals under the great oak tree. Curious Rabbit, Squirrel Caramel, Bear Duroo, and Sparrow Chirpy waited eagerly to hear what Wise Owl would say. Each of them felt differently about the changing seasons. Curious Rabbit was eager to learn new things. Squirrel Caramel was busy preparing for winter. Bear Duroo was getting ready for hibernation. And Sparrow Chirpy was looking forward to the arrival of spring. Wise Owl began to speak in a wise and calm voice. "Dear friends, the change of seasons is approaching. Autumn, winter, spring, and summer are all parts of nature's cycle. Understanding and adapting to this cycle is very important for us. Autumn comes as a herald of winter. This season is a time when nature prepares itself for rest." Curious Rabbit immediately asked, "Wise Owl, what should we do in autumn? Why do the leaves fall? Why does the weather get cold?" Wise Owl smiled as he answered Curious Rabbit's eager questions. Autumn is a season when nature slows down to prepare for winter. The leaves fall so that the trees can conserve their energy. The weather gets cold because the angle of the sun changes. We too must prepare during this time. We should store food and strengthen our shelters to face the challenges of winter. As the days passed, the effects of autumn were felt in every corner of the forest. As the leaves turned yellow and fell, the animals began to prepare according to Wise Owl's advice. Squirrel Caramel, with great determination, gathered acorns and chestnuts, storing them in his nest. Bear Duroo prepared a cozy bed for hibernation, while Curious Rabbit listened to the wind, trying to unravel the mystery of autumn. Sparrow Chirpy, meanwhile, sang autumn's melodies from the treetops. One day, as Curious Rabbit was wandering through the depths of the forest, he came across Wise Owl. "Wise Owl," said the rabbit, "autumn is so quiet. This silence scares me a little. Does the calm mean that something bad is going to happen?" Wise Owl saw the worried look in the rabbit's eyes and comforted him. "Curious Rabbit, this silence is a sign that nature is preparing itself for winter. This is not an end, but a sign of a new beginning. Nature renews itself in a different way in every season. Silence is part of peace and inner preparation. There is no need to be afraid. This is the way of nature." Curious Rabbit felt reassured by Wise Owl's wise words and accepted the peace that autumn brought. When autumn gave way to winter, the forest was covered with a blanket of white. Snow lay like a thin layer on the branches of the trees, and everything was enveloped in a serene calm, as if in a dream. This time, Wise Owl gathered the animals to talk about the challenges winter would bring and how to cope with them. Bear Duroo took the lead in guiding the animals. "Hibernation helps us conserve energy," said Bear Duroo. "I will sleep through the winter, but you must remember to store food and prepare a warm shelter." Squirrel Caramel had completed his preparations to protect himself from the cold of winter. "I've stored my food and arranged my nest to keep it warm," he said. "Winter will be tough, but as long as we're together, we can overcome these challenges." Wise Owl emphasized the importance of winter and the necessity of solidarity during this time. Winter is a time when nature rests and prepares for rebirth. During this period, we must support each other and stand by each other in difficult times. Solidarity makes us strong enough to overcome any challenge. The animals decided to fight the difficulties of winter together. Even on the snowiest days, they didn't stop helping each other. Curious Rabbit shared his food with Squirrel Caramel, forming a bond of friendship. Sparrow Chirpy dispelled the cold silence of the forest with his cheerful songs. And Wise Owl stayed awake throughout the night, ensuring the safety of the animals. When the cold days of winter passed, the sun slowly returned to the forest. The snow melted, the earth revived, and the joy of spring spread through the forest. Sparrow Chirpy began singing joyful songs to announce the arrival of spring. These songs echoed in every corner of the forest, and the animals came to life with the freshness of the new season. This time, Wise Owl told the animals about the new opportunities and possibilities that spring would bring. Spring is a time of rebirth for nature. Everything comes back to life, grows and develops. In this season, we can make new beginnings and achieve our dreams. Curious Rabbit felt the energy that spring brought and was eager to make new discoveries. Wise Owl, I never imagined spring would be this beautiful, said Curious Rabbit. Everything is coming back to life. I can feel this joy everywhere. Wise Owl smiled at Curious Rabbit and replied, Yes, Curious Rabbit, spring is one of the most beautiful gifts nature offers us. In this time of renewal, we can continue our inner journey. Remember that every season has its own unique beauty and lessons. After spring came summer, and the forest was once again filled with life. The sun filtered through the leaves of the trees, lighting up every corner of the forest. As the animals enjoyed the summer, Wise Owl taught them how to make the most of the abundance and prosperity that summer brings. Squirrel Caramel found plenty of food in the summer and started preparing for winter early. Bear Duroo cooled off in the shade, gathering his energy. Curious Rabbit discovered new games and enjoyed the summer. Sparrow Chirpy increased the forest's joy with his songs. One day in the middle of summer, Wise Owl addressed the animals. Summer shows us the generosity of nature. However, we must use this generosity wisely. By working together, we can make the most of the blessings that each season brings. Friendship and solidarity always make us strong. When the warmth of summer combines with the warmth of our friendship, anything is possible in this forest. The animals, after listening to Wise Owl's wise words, continued to enjoy the summer. Each of them realized once again how valuable friendship and solidarity were. At the end of the summer, Wise Owl reminded them that the cycle of seasons would continue and that autumn would come again. The end of the story, the dance of the seasons continues as the year drew to a close. The winds of autumn began to blow once more. Wise Owl, watching the forest from the top of the great oak tree, reflected on the endless cycle of the seasons. Each season was part of nature, and each brought new lessons and experiences for the animals. Dear friends, said Wise Owl, the seasons change, but friendship and solidarity are always lasting. As long as we live together in this forest, we will share the challenges and beauties that each season brings. The dance of the seasons is part of life, and this dance brings us closer to each other. The animals, after listening to Wise Owl's wise words, decided to accept every change that the seasons brought, and to support each other. The seasons changed, but their friendship always remained the same. The story ended with a song echoing through the depths of the forest. This song celebrated the dance of the seasons and the power of friendship. And in every corner of the forest, the echoes of this melody continued to be heard. Dear children, now you too can close your eyes and drift into sweet dreams, just like the animals in the forest. Remember, every new day is a new beginning, just like the turning of the seasons. Now sleep peacefully and see the most beautiful stories in your dreams. Good night, sweet dreams.